So before we get started, I want to set the stage a little bit, because I know some people are probably gonna be expecting a finished game, which I want to make clear that this is not. It's still closed alpha phase, so it's quite early, still in development. And for the people that played the last version back in 2022, 2021, around that time, this is, in theory, it's a completely different project. But yeah, some stuff that was there back then is not there right now, and the other way around, some stuff that wasn't there back then is there now. So yeah, in ways it's quite different, and obviously the visuals are different, the map is different, most of the backend stuff is different, the database has changed, networking setup, all those things. Yeah, there's been quite a few technical improvements. For example, we have the ability now to server shard, or to shard servers. We have the ability to change servers live, so we're not utilizing that right now because it's not necessary. But yeah, many technical upgrades in the background, stuff that wasn't possible before with the old #1 Unity version, and frameworks I'm using, and also just my experience, right? So yeah, things have changed quite a bit. For now, this test, it's more a technical test, less a test of what's in the game content-wise. Something else that's quite annoying with Unity is that sometimes stuff works in the engine, then you export or like compile a game, and then it doesn't work in the compiled game, which is really frustrating. But yeah, usually, I can just make changes again, try it again. But this time it was different. I set myself a deadline, and yeah, server should be live now. You should be able to connect and create your character and spawn. So yeah, sooner or later, there's already one there. People are gonna spawn in. It's Mr. Tiller. Welcome to the game. Here we have emotes. Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff. I have still planned for it, but yeah, we can dance now, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, the first person joined already. This is actually huge. The first outside person, I guess you could say, who joined the game. And yeah, like I said, it's incomplete. There's still a huge amount of stuff missing. The map is incomplete. Even this village is not complete yet, and there's gonna be some issues throughout. But all in all, I think, yeah, like I said, it's more a technical test and less content test. The game will be uploaded once we enter open alpha or beta. Not really decided yet. The game's gonna also be served on Steam again. These like small resets, this like rubber banding, this has different or multiple causes. One of them is just the database saving. Whenever the server saves to the database, we have like a few frames that the main thread on the server is actually blocked. I tried getting it to work with threaded saving, but yeah, as you can see, I couldn't get it working yet. So yeah, the saving is happening on the main on the same thread the server is running. So yeah, sometimes it's just a small hiccup on the server, and then obviously in the client your position for those frames is gonna stay the same, so you have this rubber banding from time to time. But the ping itself, actually, let's see. Well, the FPS is obviously not true, but the ping is alright, I guess. Could be better, could be worse. So yeah, I think performance-wise it's obviously not perfect yet. There's quite a lot of stuff that I can still improve. But I'm on the highest settings right now, with the highest render distance and LOD distance and shadow resolution, everything. And I have 50 to 60 FPS with the stream running, with my browser open, with my connection to the server. So yeah, could be worse, but yeah, there's still some headroom to improve, obviously. But yeah, as far as functions go, we have all these skills down here are in the game right now. I think there's one more. No, yeah, that's all of them, which are all working somewhat. So number one, we obviously have the normal attack, which all of you already know from last time. We can hit stuff with our sword. We can loot stuff individually or everything. And yeah, this also tested, played around with some like blood effects. Yeah, some of the stuff is obviously also just experimental. Unfortunately, I'm still bound to 2022.3 for multiple different reasons. Before alpha, I'm planning, or before beta, sorry. For the beta, I'm planning to actually switch to Unity 6 or 6.1 and upgrade all the underlying systems as well, which is gonna be a huge pain, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Also changing to URP instead of built-in, which is also gonna be a huge pain, but I think it's gonna be worth it. And maybe also improves the performance a bit. Can't be too sure about that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, obviously I wanna be on the newest version possible. So, talking about functions, right? Like functionality, because that's, like I said, the main focus of this playtest. Just seeing what works of all the new stuff. Yeah, the guilds. Please create some guilds. The guild managers up there, behind the, like past the market, up the hill. So, if you want to try some swords, some of them have like wrong positionings. Like, for example, this sword, I think. You can see it's a little bit misplaced, and there's gonna be some swords that don't have any changes to them made, because yeah, it's just so many small things. Some of them I just forget. But he doesn't have armor? No, I guess not. But for that, I also have the shop where you can buy also pretty much every single thing. It's just priced way too much. But the armor, yeah, I forgot to change the price of the weapons. Should be all one coin like this. So yeah, you can. This is pretty much every single piece that's in the game right now for equipment, and all swords, or some of them are axes and 3 shields, but you can't buy them because I set the price to 0. Yeah, some stupid mistakes here, but yeah, it's gonna get there. So he has pretty much all items that are in the game, which is also quite a lot already. Most of them don't have like proper descriptions yet. I think almost all of them say like tasty or something, yeah, because I copied them from the base, from one item, copied it like a bunch of times and then just changed the names and values and stuff. But yeah, it's all just not finished yet. And selling should also work with him. So yeah, if you click here on switch between buy and sell, you can see all the items he accepts from your inventory and just sell them from here. So crafting, the idea is for the game that you can do pretty much anything you want in the future, right? But that would be like the path of a crafter would be harvesting things, leveling up in that to unlock new tools, to harvest better stuff, and so on, right? That's like the normal harvesting loop. Which you can see down here, the harvesting professions. So we have 4 harvesting professions. We have ether binding, dendrology, floromancy, and lithomancy. The names pretty much explain what it is, but they also have like a description with it. So ether binding is for like mana and relics, magical stuff. Just talking purely about harvesting, right? Dendrology is trees or wood and everything that comes from a tree. Florimancy is for all like herbs, flowers, stuff like that. Most of the things used for alchemy. And then lithomancy is obviously mining crystals, getting stuff from the earth to use, for example, for armor. So yeah, that's the professions, and then obviously the different resources and items for that, which you can also test at the harvesting master. He has like all the tools. Wait, he should have all the tools. Okay, he's also bugged. That's unfortunate. That's weird. He worked yesterday when I tested it. Oh well. But yeah, he should have all the tools, like the... it's all placeholders anyways, I put it in there specifically. We have 7 different levels of each profession, and then each level unlocks the next level tool. And yeah, this also increases your chances to get like better harvests and stuff like that, and obviously enables you to harvest the higher level resources at all. So you can see I have molten ore, for example, and some iron ore, and then I go here, click on it, and I can craft iron ingots. Smelt metal from ore into bars. So I can do this, and then he's jiggling his hands and crafting these ingots. And yeah, crafts can fail. They can be also more than normal, so you can have a critical success. So for example, with iron bars or iron ingots, when you have a critical success, you also get 1 ore back, for example, so you just have some bonus material. So yeah, all the available recipes that you learned and that are available to craft, you can use here. And then we also have the extra blacksmith. Like, I don't really know why. I just thought it would be better that way. I split up all the like different steps of making into sub-steps. I didn't go completely crazy, so let's go back to the professions. So I have blacksmithing and blooming. So the bloomer does the smelting, and the blacksmith does the actual blacksmithing, right? So in my mind, it's 2 very different things, so I just made it 2 different professions. And yeah, leveling in this also allows you then later to have like higher level recipes, more success rate, higher critical chance, and all that stuff. All that logical improvements, right, from leveling it. So yeah, baking for baking, obviously, blacksmithing, bookbinding. The bookbinder is gonna use stuff from the scrivener to make the actual books later. Yeah, cook, butcher. So the butcher creates basically the item for cooks, right? Gem cutter, does from lithomancy. You can get crystal or crystal shards. The gem cutter can then turn them into usable items to further craft items that use them. The goldsmith is doing exactly that, using the gems to make jewelry and other stuff. The joiner is just woodworking, cutting wood, creating furniture, stuff like that. Yeah, scrivener just, basically writes stuff. And the tailor is, tailoring. Doing stuff with cloth and wool, and which I have here, for example. I have some wool. So later, yeah, for example, when you want to craft a full plate armor, right, you're gonna use or need a few different things. Obviously the metal, the padding for the inside, some leather straps and stuff for like closing it up. Alright, yeah, so crafting, I think, in a way is pretty much self-explanatory. It's just a crafting system like any other game that has crafting has, right? In that regards, there's nothing really innovative or anything about it. But yeah, it's going to be a very essential part of the game, that's for sure. Crafting things, harvesting stuff. That's why I was so sad that it, still bugged. But let me try one thing with the guild. If I promote you now, You're the vice president of the best guild ever. I can see that you're online. I can also demote you. Yeah, so that's all working. And I can kick you. Yes. And then you also don't have the guild anymore. Ha. Okay, let me invite you back into the best guild ever. Wouldn't want you to not be in the best guild ever. Yeah, I mean, in this case, it's... Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're used to it. I'm also at this point just by myself, but you know, if it's always a different thing, just testing it by myself or just, you know, already showing it to other people. Like, just getting to this point, it took me quite a bit of, well, I wouldn't say confidence, but it took a lot to get to this point. Not just with the game, but to feel ready to show it to people again. Yeah. But we're here now. I did it finally. It's obviously it's not not polished in any way. But yeah, I think it's time. It's time just to get people on this project properly again, and you know, giving people also the ability to be part of this project in a way.